Alright, what's up guys? So I don't really know how to make these videos, but I just wanted to get some shit off my mind. Through the whole time I've been on social media, I've noticed like people always constantly hating on each other and just leaving like negative or hateful comments under everybody's shit. And I wanted to speak on what I think about it. You know, like all these hate comments I've noticed have gotten to my head anyway, or trained my thought of thinking. And I've noticed that it had a profound impact on the way I would think and the way I would like view myself and I'd view others. And it wasn't in a positive way, you know, like I believe social media and especially TikTok has transformed everyone's brain into a way of thinking where they think they just want to be, you know, better than everyone. You know, everyone just wants to like one up each other. And I noticed that especially on TikTok. That's like the biggest fucking hater platform that I've fucking ever been on. YouTube, Facebook, fucking, I don't know about X. X is pretty fucking bad, but but not like everybody just constantly fucking hates on each other. Like, what the fuck is the point? Like, what? Why? Because I know the motherfuckers that leave hate comments and like they hate on people. I know damn well they ain't happy with their own life, you know? That sense of hate is deep rooted and it's coming from, I feel like, a place within inside those type of people. And I feel like if more people change the way they viewed themselves, they would view other people in a positive light, you know? But in current times, we live in a society full of hate, because that's just what sells, you know, hating on one another. But I've noticed that like it's had an effect on me, you know, like I found myself hating on everyone, well, almost everyone that I would come across. Like even it's gonna sound weird, but like even in public, I would fucking find the bad things about people, and oh, this guy's fat, or oh, this guy's tall, this guy's short. I would immediately resort to like the negative of fucking people, bro. And it wasn't until I took a break off social media that I really started to really just focus on myself and like think in a positive light, in a positive manner, and just change my ways of thinking, you know. Currently, I've been 2 weeks free of social media. You know, it hasn't been that long, and obviously I'm making a video right now to upload on TikTok. But I just wanted to say this, like, I'm currently researching the laws of the universe, and it's teaching me a lot of profound things about how the way the world works and how humans work. And there's specifically this law called the law of relativity. The law of relativity pretty much states that like everything is relative. We all give everything a meaning, you know. But at the same time, the things that we give meaning don't have a meaning until we give them a meaning. For example, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we give certain emotions and certain actions that we do a meaning, like good or bad. You know, oh, I fucking lost my job and I'm broke, right? I quit my job that I was miserable at. I can go ahead and give that a good and a bad meaning. You know, society would tell me that that's a bad meaning because you need money to survive in this world, right? Like that's not a doubt. That's not like, I know that, I understand that. But it's like, why do we choose to continue to suffer and think about the negative consequences when in reality, me quitting my job, you know, it led me to better things. It led me to exploring myself and exploring what I really want in this world. And I just couldn't do that at the job I was working at. You know, I was working a fast food job. I won't say where it's at, but that fast food job, like, it had me miserable. It had me fucking just contemplating life all the time, just feeling like an empty vessel and like a robot who just fucking goes and does the actions that you need them to, and just pretty much voiding me of all life and creativity. Like, it wasn't until I quit that I really I had no choice, but I had to sit with my own thoughts, and I had to analyze like why I feel the way that I feel, why I was depressed, why I felt like I had no meaning, why I felt like I had no purpose and no drive. And all those things that popped up on my head, they popped up because I was suffering. I was suffering for the entire 2 years that I worked there. I had this hate of that place. It was constantly, every time I showed up there, I just hated what I was doing. I hated what I felt like. I hated the judgment of other people, but the job paid, not crazy. It didn't pay crazy money. It didn't pay like $40 an hour or some shit, but it paid more than the last job I was working at. And I quit the last job in hopes of giving myself a pay raise. And sometimes, and this goes back to labeling things good or bad, right? Like society and then myself, I would tell myself that, yeah, I gave this job a good rating, and I rated it as a good thing, right? Quitting my old job, I made fucking pennies. I didn't make very much good money. But I was a lot more at peace there. I wasn't happy, don't get me wrong, because like I don't honestly find myself happy working for anyone else. The whole corporate ladder shit and like bosses, and y'all know how it is. We all work fucking jobs. And to the people that are happy at jobs, like, dude, kudos to you. Like, I'm not gonna knock a job. I'm not gonna say that it's not necessary, because sometimes some people, they find purpose in their jobs, like police officers, firefighters, nurses. They get that sense of purpose and fulfillment, and it genuinely makes them happy, to help other people. But me personally, jobs don't make me happy. Having a boss doesn't make me happy. The corporate ladder of this person's higher than this person, person's higher than that person, all that shit, to me, honestly, it doesn't make me feel happy. I feel more of like a free-spirited person. I like to be in control of my own life, which I'm sure a lot of other people, they feel the same way. But I wanted to get back to how we label things as good or bad, right? So like, I quit my last job. I was at peace, and it was a lot easier than the job that I went to, the fast food job that paid me, better. And I looked at it as a good thing, but in reality, it was disguised as a good thing, society-wise. But it ended up turning into a job that I completely hate. I got burned out. I hated everything. I just hated everything about the job. I hated how it made me feel. I just hated it. And it was disguised as a good thing. That's the label that I gave it. It ended up being a bad thing. So it goes to show that, all things that we label good or bad aren't actually true. There's some, what the fuck? There's a dog. Anyways, back on the story. So, what the fuck are these people doing? Is that a motherfucking beagle? What the hell? That's like a wiener dog beagle. What the hell? That shit looks crazy. I had never seen a dog like that. My bad, y'all. I got ADHD, but yeah, bro. Like, we label things good or bad. My last job was labeled as bad, but it really turned out to be good because I was at peace there, and it was an easy job and it was manageable. And then the new job that I went to, it was labeled as good, but in reality, it had everything that I hated, and I suffered there. God damn, what are all these fucking people coming out for? Sorry, bro. I'm recording at my apartment complex, and there's so many fucking people walking out. They're all just staring at me in my car like, what the fuck is this weirdo doing? Anyways, yeah, we label things as good or bad when... And this is not me trying to tell you guys what to do, right? Like I don't have it all fucking figured out. I make my fucking mistakes. I do the wrong thing. I'm a student of life that's learning, right? I'm 25 years old. I don't have everything figured out, but I'm learning as I go. And I wanted to talk about the law of relativity specifically because I feel like if a lot more people knew about this law, that they would be able to change the way they look at their life and look at other people's lives, you know. They would change the way that they judge people for not having certain things, you know, like material things, for example. You know, material things, they give people a false sense of superiority. And that's exactly what the elites and the people above us, that's what they want us to do. They want us to fight, and they want us to create division based off these things that you have, right? The watch, the chain, the fucking, you know, the new designer shirt. They want us to fucking attain those things and have a sense of superiority over people. And I just think that's kind of like, it's a fucked up thing, you know. It's a fucked up way to try to run society. But hey, that's how society works, you know. People go to work to buy shit that they don't need, to impress people they don't like. You know, it's an age-old saying, like, people are gonna buy shit to impress people that they don't even fucking like, right? It's a false sense of fucking superiority. Because at the end of the day, when you buy these things, you buy these fucking designer watches, designer clothes, it's gonna fulfill you in the moment because nobody else has it, right? And it's expensive, and it's kind of like a fuck you, like, you don't have this and I do, so therefore it makes me better than you. Subconsciously, that's what people that have that type of mindset think, right? I thought that way. I thought having, oh, I got the newest fucking shoes, the newest Jordans, the newest fucking Nikes, whatever the fuck, that used to make me feel better than other people, you know, before I realized that it don't mean shit. Because it's like a new fucking car. Like, have you guys ever bought a new car and you're, for the first couple of months or first year or whatever it is, you're fucking excited, you're happy in that car, and then suddenly after, that feeling fades, right? You know, your car's old, your car's getting older, it's getting worn down, there's marks on the paint, there's fucking, it's just getting old and fucking used up, essentially. And what does that make you do? That makes you buy into consumerism. You're like, okay, now I need to get a new car. I need to fucking upgrade this car into the 2026 version because that's the newest thing, and it's gonna make people go, wow. So now you're buying this car in hopes to impress other people. And I'm not saying everyone does this, but the people that do participate in consumerism and buy shit because it makes them feel good and makes them feel like they're better than everyone, those are the people that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, like, the way I see it is, like, if you buy stuff that you actually enjoy, there's not a single thing wrong with that. Like, my PS5 remote, I bought a PlayStation 5 Pro remote. It was like $200 and something, right? It's more expensive than, like, the typical DualShock 5 remote or whatever it is. But I genuinely get enjoyment out of that. And I bought that because that was a purchase that I wanted to buy. It helped upgrade my game on multiplayer games, you know, like Call of Duty and shit. And I genuinely get a use and a fucking enjoyment out of having that remote. I didn't buy it to brag. I didn't buy it to flex on other people. Like, I genuinely I love that remote. It looked nice. It has cool features. I like it. Right? That would be a good purchase for me. I don't know what you guys like. I don't know what you guys would purchase. You know, whatever fulfills you, go ahead and buy it. But it becomes a problem where people have this notion that they're better than other people because of the things they have. You know, that's how they get all of us, honestly. And it leads into other facets of life, right? Like on TikTok, for example, because that's where hate comments are the most prevalent. That's where I've noticed, like, the most fucking hate going on. It'll be about anything. I fucking watched this video. It was this video of this girl, like, flexing that her boyfriend does, like, HVAC and shit, because that was the trade I was looking to get into, or that I am getting into, and that I start soon, hopefully. But yeah, and then she was showing her boyfriend's, like, gauges and shit, the little things they use to, like, check the pressure of the air and all that, and the coolant and whatever the fuck's in the AC air conditioners. And you just have people hating on that, like, oh, your boyfriend's pressure gauges are old, or oh, this motherfucker's gauges are old, he must be a fucking newbie. Pretty much just everyone was dragging him in the comments. And I'm like, dude, it's such a simple discussion. Like, It's such a simple thing that she posted. Like, she was proud of her boyfriend for doing HVAC. And the motherfucker just found every single thing to hate on. And it's like, why? You know? And back to the law of relativity, it's just like, appreciate. I feel like if everyone was just grateful for what they had, and they didn't find meaning in these materialistic things, and just was just grateful for everything they had around them, there would be a lot less hate in the world and a lot less need for consumerism. And just like, just a superiority complex, people thinking they're better than each other. Because like, well, yeah, sure, you say if you get a new car, right, you get a Ford F-150, right? And all right, let's put it in this scenario. I have a friend. This friend hates on me for having a Toyota Camry 2010, an old beat up like Toyota Camry, right? And he hates on me because he has the F-150. He's got the F-150 and he thinks he's better than me because his car is the shit. It's the car of the year. You know, it's nice and it's fucking pimped out. Then my friend who's hating on me with the F-150 runs into the guy who has a fucking Ford Raptor. Now this guy with the Ford Raptor is also hating on my friend. And my friend wishes he had the Ford Raptor, but all he could afford was an F-150. It's all relative. Like, people just hate on each other, and it's a fucking constant ladder of hate. When everyone should just be grateful for what they have, you know? I'm grateful for all the shit that I have. I have a car to get me from point A to point B. I have food in my house. Do you know how many motherfuckers out there would kill for that shit? How many motherfuckers would kill just to have a fucking roof over their head? Fucking to even have a car? Like, sometimes I find myself being ungrateful. I'm not the perfect person, you know? Like, I do want the better things in life, like everyone else, right? You do want freedom. You do want fucking... You want to have the nice things in life, and nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with it at all. You know, you should want goals. You should have goals. You should want the fucking nice shit of life. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, also be grateful for everything you have in life. You know, like, don't demean yourself because maybe you don't have the nicest car, or you don't have like the nicest, I don't know, Rolex or whatever the fuck. Don't demean yourself because of that, because your value is not placed on these materialistic fucking earthly things, you know? These materialistic things that the higher ups create, the elites. Those things don't define you. What's inside your heart defines you, man. Like, more people need to do soul searching and find what's within them and what makes them happy within them. Because I notice when I'm constantly searching outside of me and I'm looking for other things to make me happy other than myself, I end up straight up just being in fucking hell. It's hell when you're constantly looking for other things to make you happy other than yourself, right? So, I'm going to end this off by saying, like, be grateful for what you have. Don't try to compare yourself to everybody else. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Like, be grateful for what you have, and God, in the universe, whatever you believe in. If you're Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, I don't care what you are. If you're grateful for what you have, and you just do the right thing and you spread positivity into this world, man, like, God's gonna bless that, you know? God don't like haters, man. Like, there's no point in hating on someone, because really, when you're hating on someone, you're just hating on yourself. All that shit you're putting out to other people of hate, oh, you're this and this and that, really, you're just hating on yourself, man. That shit comes right back. It might feel good in the moment because oh, you have that superiority complex, but motherfucker, you ain't better than nobody, bro. You just like everybody else, man. You ain't better than no one. You ain't more superior than no one because you have a fucking multi-million-dollar mansion. Like, at the end of the day, those are just materialistic things, and you're gonna fucking die. You're gonna die in the ground or get cremated just like the rest of us, man. So instead of trying to take your material possessions to the fucking afterlife, why don't you take the fact that you help people and you spread positivity? I feel like that's a whole lot better. That's a lot more genuine and a lot more fulfilling than just fucking being this hater, this person who thinks they're better than everybody. It's like, I'm gonna go back to the grateful thing, right? Because I was hating on my own car. My car's pretty old, you know, it's an old Toyota. But then, like, I came to the conclusion, I realized, like, why am I comparing what I have to other people when I have a car that gets me from point A to point B, right? Like, the homeless guy who was looking at me on the street, he would kill to even have a car. That motherfucker could probably live in here, bro. He would look at my car and be like, bro, I need that. Like, that's one of my dreams right now, is to get a car. And, you know, like, that homeless person's also looking at the other homeless with the bike. Like, I need to get a bike. Like, my point is, like, be grateful, man. Like, you have everything you need. Everything is inside your heart. Everything is in your mind. You have all the shit that you need in the world.